Hey, it's Saturday. I worked half a day and somewhat cleaned up. I'm in the shop. We're not on video on stump grinding today. Today I'm going to attend to something that's irritating the pants off of me. I've got a service box and Harbor Freight other toolboxes, but I use a service box for all my metrics. Although it's quite empty now because I've been slowly replenishing after a lot of my tools got stolen earlier in the year. So, actually my Bandit 2550 and the Vermeer 252, they all use standard and very little metrics on them, so I've been busy using my standard box and slowly replenishing my metric tools. Right? But anyway, I had an issue this winter. It got really cold, and I didn't have the heat set in my shop to where it would come on at 50. It went cold. And my service box that I've had, it's been a fantastic box. It's cheap. And a lot of guys don't like Harbor Freight stuff, but this is a US General. It's the first generation. And I think it's 5 years old, but honestly, time flies the older you get. It's probably 7 years old or whatever. It's when they first came out. So with that cold temperature, I had a national disaster happen, which is, it pissed me off. I've been using other tools to prop it up. It's like having a truck bed with a camper shell on it. It opens up, but as soon as you let it go, it slams. Yeah, it's the same thing. The piston's hard. It was hard to open, but as soon as I let go of it, I could push it down like this. It would just close. It wouldn't hold itself up. I put a clip of vice grip on, a little clamp to keep the lid open. I'm like, what am I doing? So, you go down to Harbor Freight, you try to get another piston. They don't sell the pistons. I probably could order it from them and whatever. Instead, I went to my favorite place and it was here the next morning. Amazon, okay? They use a 14-inch and it comes two of them, and I think it might be $15 or $16. I'll put a link in there for what it is, the exact one that fits the box. All right, but I want to show you something that you need to be aware of, okay? When you take off your old piston, let's call it lifts, but let's just call it a piston. When you take it off, all right, it does not come, and please don't throw them away first. I'm going to show you what doesn't come with. So hang with me for a second. Okay, here's my box. All right, I already moved one cylinder, but this is what my cylinder is. It was a little hard to pull up, but the minute I wouldn't stay up, okay? But what I'm trying to prepare you for is these ends here. Save your nuts and these ends, all right? And I'm going to show you in a second how to take those off and then the new cylinder, how to put them on, okay? It's real simple. All right, this is the part we're taking off, we're saving, all right? They go on each end. Now, some smarty's going to say, well, why don't you just unscrew the end of this and unscrew the new one and put it on? Well, unfortunately, they're two different diameter shafts as far as the threaded part, all right? So, enough before someone says that. And you can't find, I couldn't find the exact ones. I found with the same head and all, what I found was a great replacement, okay? To get this, the bald end, out of here, all you do, stick a screwdriver behind there, lever it up. You don't have to take it all the way off. Just lever it up enough to where the clips come off the ball, and then you have it off. Now I'll show you on this. How do I get that back in there? You roll it over, you get a little bit wider blade screwdriver, you put it in here and just turn it. It'll pop these clips up a little bit. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Okay, I just took a little bit wider blade screwdriver, put it in the hole, and like this, then turn it flat like that. It spreads this clip up, okay? The ball goes in, and then I can't do this on camera, but you just slide the clip back down, it locks the ball in, all right? And then we'll go put them on here and see it. It's that simple, it's not rocket science. The old one, there's the old one. Put a screwdriver right here, it has an indentation. Look at here, it has an indentation right there. You put a small blade screwdriver, lift it up a little bit to where the two ends pop out a little bit, they spread. This falls out, or you pull it out by hand. You take a wide blade screwdriver, turn it like this, it spreads the clip open, and move it a little bit to where it stays open. Put the ball in, then we're going to slide that back down. Right, I have to use a screwdriver to kind of press it in a little bit. All right, and so let me fix this side. We'll put it on the box and see how it works. All right, they're installed. It's real simple. Remember, these don't go on the inside, these go on the outside. The nuts go on the inside, in case you forget. All right, it's a 13 millimeter nut here. I used a little ratchet, and then it's a 12 millimeter in here. Use a small wrench to fit in here in case it starts spinning. So simple, all right? Now remember something too. When you order these, I think they're 14 inches, a link will be in the description. These have a heavier lift, okay? So I want you to remember that. Order the ones, if I put the link in there, order a little bit lighter lift, but I'm planning on doing some modifications inside the box where I hold certain wrenches and stuff with magnets. So I wanted a little bit heavier lift. It's up to you, but at least you find the size lift cylinder you'll need and shop around through Amazon from there what you want. A lighter lift. I can't remember exactly how many pound lift these are, but these are pretty heavy duty. I mean, because, you know, once the box is down, I can lock the box, but I don't leave my box locked. I like to have it open. That's what I like about it. I don't have to worry about it falling. All right, and the original ones are kind of weak. You know, these, once it's up, it's up. I don't close my box a lot. You know, well, actually, I don't ever really close the box. But, all right, next thing I'm going to talk to you about is a gift. I cut open the box, closed the lid on it, and it came from Amazon. And my wife, you know, curiosity killed the cat. My wife, being sneaky or whatever, opened up the box, listened a little bit, and said, "Oh, you bought me some jewelry." I don't know, what are you talking about? I was waiting for a package. Did the package come in? You know, and all, it's just there. I mean, what package you talking about? Well, I saw you bought something, and I think you planned on surprising me. I'm still confused. I'm acting like an idiot. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, there. I go over there, open the box. You know, I already had taken it out. You know, Amazon puts things in 2 boxes. So I took it out of the first box, whatever, opened it up. It's already there. I mean, it's already, I could tell it's already pried open a little bit. Here it is. My wife thinks, looking at this in the box, that I bought her a necklace. I wish it was so cheap I could get away with this. I think this might have been, I don't know the exact price. It's cheap. It was like 16 bucks or whatever. The best gift you could ever buy a man, I won't tell you. And I know you saw it around my neck and you're still scratching your head. You go, what the hell was that? Let me turn this camera around so you can see. Women, they think everything's for them. All right, you can tell what this is already. It's a nut and bolt checker. This side here in the silver, that's standard, okay? The black, that's the metric side. Each side, this is the side with the hole in it is for your bolt. This is for the nuts, corresponding nuts. This, you know, everybody I know has got a stack of nuts and bolts. And when you got free time, or I mean, if you got a kid or grandkid, put them in the shop. Teach them how to do this, but please teach them the right way. All right, so I screwed it in, make sure it screws in. And this is hard to see on the camera, but 7/16 by 20. All right, here's a nut here. And they go around, and listen, teach them this. The nut the nut has to go in freely. No forcing. All right, freely. And this thing here, it's got 2 loops on it. And you hang it up on your wall. You know how long I wanted one of these, and I was too stupid or too lazy to buy one or order one, or you don't see them in the stores. I don't know why you don't see this in store. Well, stupid me. Here's the stupid answers. I ask a stupid question, I'll get the right answer. You know what it is? They make you, and I know I've done it, and I know you do it. Oh, I need a bolt. You take the original bolt with you. You go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, or wherever in the world you are. You go there, they got one of these racks. You're sitting there spinning it into, what size was this? Oh, there it is. And then the bolt rack is down below, and you buy them, right? Well, you know, with this at home, you can go through your nut and bolt pile and not have to go searching the globe. Anyway, that's just 2 cents this video. All right, this is a great gift for Christmas. Father's Day is already gone, but a birthday or Christmas to a man, or if it's a woman that works in a shop or whatever, I don't want to get in trouble. But truly, to a guy, I don't care if he's 16 years old or working on bicycles or cars, your granddad or whatever, your uncle, this is a cheap gift that he'll love you for. Okay? You know, forget the ties sometimes and the socks and whatever. I mean, sometimes men want real tools. Anyway, enough of that. Give me a second here. I want to tell you something, and it's very important. Hang around. All right. Just give me a couple of seconds out of your life. And I just, you guys that watch this, I really appreciate you. And hopefully you get something out of it. They're just simple things in life, simple tricks and stuff passed on to me, or you know, my dad taught me how to use tools somewhat. I learned a lot with my brother. We're tool whores. Today he bought some woodworking equipment from a fellow woodworker he knows that passed away. He bought a bandsaw and a few other things. I mean, he gave a good price for them, but he bought really, really good quality stuff that they don't make anymore, you know, so you still got it at a bargain, really. Anyway, remember my saying, and this is stickers, I don't have too many of these left, but every week there's a sticker contest like you saw in the beginning. It's open to anyone in the world. All right, and when you get one of these, if you're a winner or whatever, you got a piece of me. This is a saying I came up with, and it says, and you got a kid, and you ask her, why do I gotta know that? Why? Well, you're a teacher, all right? Or you're a company officer or supervisor or whatever. My saying says, remember, if you're not learning something new every day, you must be dead. And that's true, all right? I used to add to it. I used to be, if you're not learning something new every day, you must be dead or be an asshole. Sorry. But that was my original saying. I had to take the last part off. But I don't care. I don't care if you're a police officer, fireman, or a construction worker, or whatever, a blue-collar man, or an accountant. I don't care what you do for a living, doctor or whatever. You know you're learning something new every day. And when you learn something, pass it on. All right? Some people try to, you know, they say you're stupid for sharing, but a good man shares, okay? Today I gave $5 at a gas pump to some guy to come up with a story that was so long. I finally said, hey, time out. What's the real problem? He tells me the problem, he needed money to go to McDonald's and eat something. I gave him $5 and I said, hey, here's $5, go eat. And you know, before that it was a story about my mother, about this, about that, and I broke down, and I cut it to the chase. And then my son looked at me and said, thanks, Dad. You know, hey, it is what it is. I also got stopped by a police officer this week from another town, a sheriff. I went out to do a job with my son on Monday. Coming back on a rural road, I looked up in the mirror, saw a sheriff following me. And I know we were strangers in that area and towing a piece of equipment. So he followed me for about 3 or 4 miles. I knew it was coming. He pulled me over. He was a younger officer. And I just asked him, what was the problem, officer? And he was stumbling around. He said, well, it looks like your machinery wasn't tied down properly. You only have one strap holding it. I said, no, it is. Turn around and look. He's standing next to where it looks, and he sees that it's strapped down. He said, oh, I see it's strapped down. He said, I just thought. What he was seeing was the tail of my ratchet strap flapping. All right, so no problem. And then he said, well, I also noticed one of your trailer lights or whatever. I said, all right, I'll attend to that. I'm sorry. But I quoted him the law. I knew the law. During daytime hours, and my trailer was smaller, and you could see my truck lights clear as a bell. And actually, the only way he knew that light was out was when I did the final pullover. All right, so changed and said that was what his initial stop was for. So I caught him in a kind of shake-up thing because I quoted the law, and I quoted it nicely, and I handed him my ID and handed him my former ID, and I said, I used to service your county too. And he was very nice, but I knew he felt like, uh-oh, I caught him in a BS. No problem. I told him, I said, hey, and he said, give me your driver's license, I gotta run it. Go, here it is, run it. My son is next to me, and realize when you're a dad, the things you do, you're setting an example. So I kept my calm. He comes back, gives me a driver's license, he's very friendly to me, and then he gives me a pink ticket, and it's a warning. And I said, what's the warning? Was I speeding or something? He says, no, not at all. What's the warning about? I said, what's it about? He said, malfunctioning equipment. I was like, really? But I didn't tell him. I just told him, I was, no problem. Do I need to do anything about this ticket? He said, no. He said, it's just a warning. It's okay. He gave me a warning. Now, I could have freaking went back and forth, and it could have escalated and all that stuff, right? I could have stuck it to him, but in the end, he would have stuck it to me, right? Because when your voice changes and you get a little more agitated, he's going to get agitated, then you're going to get agitated, then it's just going to multiply. So remember the book I tell you about, all right? How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I kept my composure. I was nice to him. In the end, you know what I did? Stuck my hand out the window, shook his hand, and said, hey, be safe out here. I know you're out here by yourself. God bless you. Have a good day. He was happy. You know what? I looked over at my son. My son goes, hey, you know, that stop was a little. I said, it's okay. You know, it's all right. He thought he had or whatever, and he met an old guy to have to know the rules, but it's okay because he was a good cop too. All right, and everything the rest of the day went great. There was no problem. You know, I didn't have agita or whatever because I followed the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You know, so remember that when you're having a day, stop for a second. I don't know if you need a coffee, you need a Coke or whatever you need, or the wintertime's coming, a hot chocolate. Stop for a minute, take a breather. It's going to be all right. The machine breaks down, it's going to be all right. Just think it through. Everything's going to be all right. And remember, hopefully you learned something today. And you're not dead because you're watching this video. So God bless you. Have a great weekend. And thank you for devoting any one bit of time, even if you click off or whatever. I appreciate it. Hit the like. Make a comment as long as it's positive. If it's not positive, I delete you. Because I don't need to see it and no one else needs to see it. The world's full of too much hate already. If you don't like it, you don't have to be subscribed to my channel. So like, subscribe, make a comment if it's positive. That gets you automatically registered into the sticker every Sunday morning, early in the morning. I put it on a random generator. It picks 2 people, all right? So once again, God bless you and have a great weekend.